What's up guys, Doomsday here. Today we're back again. In this video, I thought I'd make a quick skill and combo guide for the new champ Irelia. And to start off with, we could look at the perk. So what Irelia's perk is every time you use an ability, you gain 15% bonus attack speed for 6 seconds. And this can stack up to 4 times. So whenever you use an ability, look to the left of my flash. I use an ability, you can see it's right next to Conquer. It's at 2 right now, 3, 4. So every time you use it, you gain 15%. Every time you use an ability, you gain 15% bonus attack speed, and this stacks up to 4 times. And whenever you auto attack, it refreshes the duration of this. So notice whenever you do an auto attack, the cooldown it refreshes, and once you go out of combat for a while and you stop auto attacking, then it will run out. And another thing is once you're at the max stacks of 4, it does bonus damage to magic damage. So notice how my basic attacks are doing magic damage right now. And that's significantly more than if you don't use your perk at all. And this is really one of the key points behind Irelia. Utilizing your perk for trades and in fights, it's going to be key using your abilities right to maximize these stacks as fast as you can. So you can pretty much do the maximum amount of damage. So now Irelia's first ability. Irelia's first ability is a dash. You go through an enemy and you deal damage and you heal yourself a bit. So you pretty much... Oh, that's the second ability. But you go through an enemy, you deal damage, and you heal yourself a bit. So this cooldown of this ability is actually refreshed if the target is killed or if they have a mark on them. And we'll get to what the mark is and what applies it later on in this video. So this is another key point that you could use during the lane phase. Because let's say there's a bunch of minions that are low health. Let's pretend these are minions that are low health. You could just dash onto them, and then just kill them all, and it keeps on refreshing the duration. Another thing is that this deals increased damage to minions. It deals 150% damage to minions. So it deals even more to minions. Plus, this charges up your perk. So look at my perk right now, 3, 4. If those were minions, then you're already at max perks, and then you can go for a trade with the enemy. So that's really nice to use. And then, moving on to the second ability. The second ability is, you first hold it down, and then you release whenever you want, or you could just go for the entire duration. So what this does is, when you're holding it down, you take reduced damage by 50%. So let's say you dive in, then you hold this down, and you're taking 50% reduced damage. So when you dive in, you want to use this ability when you think you're about to take big burst damage. Let's just say a Lee Sin's diving on top of you. You just hold this down and you take 50% less damage. And then you pretty much just shoot out blade after that deals damage. Really, the damage from the blade is not much. It's not really significant. But look at this. Keep an eye on my perk to the left of my flash. Boom, it's at 3 right now. The amount of enemies you hit is how many stacks you'll get for your perk with this. So this can be really useful to charge up your perk, especially in team fights, because it's really important to get that done. So if there's all these enemies grouped up together and fight, and you could just land this on them, you dive in and you just use this. First of all, you take the reduced damage, plus you get your stacks all the way up and get that bonus attack speed and the bonus damage. Now this third ability, this is where the marked part comes in. This ability will mark targets if you hit them. So what it is you throw out a first blade, you just throw it, and then you throw out a second blade, and anywhere in between, oh, I accidentally threw that there. And anywhere in between, it pretty much just draws like a line between them. They collide with each other, and anybody in between, they get stunned up. And it places a mark on them. So you can see how it has a mark on this enemy right now. And then, if you use your first ability on that mark, it actually refreshes the duration. So let me turn off 0 cooldown actually, so that you all can see. So use that third ability, you get that mark on them, and then boom, when you use that first ability, it's instantly refreshed. So you can see how normally it has that 8-second cooldown. But if you place the mark on them, it's instantly back off cooldown. And then you could just keep on going. And this is going to be important to stick onto enemies and to stack up your perk. So for your third ability, there's actually something really cool about it that a lot of people might not notice. Is look at how slow this is if I do that, and then it stuns him. Compared to this, look at how fast that stun is compared to how long that takes. And the reason behind this is that, so you throw out your first blade, and then you throw out the second blade, but this second blade, it has travel time right now. It takes a little bit of time to reach that destination before they start to collide. Whereas if you throw that second blade right on top of you or right next to you, look at how small that travel time is it takes to get to its destination. That's why if you catch somebody out and you want to throw that second blade right on top of you. Because it's so much faster to get that stun off rather than going that and then that. And it just helps you capitalize on it so much easier. So that's it for the third ability. And then your ultimate, you shoot out a giant thing of blades pretty much, and it marks all the enemies it hits, dealing a bunch of magic damage. Plus, it also creates this triangle wall thing of blades, and anybody that crosses it, they're slowed by, I believe it's 90%. Yeah, by 90% for 1.5 seconds, so that is a big slow, if you can land it. Oh, and I forgot to mention also, with your third ability, keep an eye on my perk again. If you hit multiple enemies with it, I'm already up to 3 stacks, and then 4. Plus, I can keep on going and keep on getting that refresh because I marked them all with my third ability. So that's another thing to keep in mind. If you get hit multiple enemies with your second and your third ability, you will charge up your perk faster. Okay, so that's it for the abilities, and now we'll talk about the combos. So this is pretty much an all-in combo without your ult before you have your ult. So what you could do is, let's say you're walking up to somebody, they're low health, you think you got them caught out. You start off throwing at your blade to get that stun off, and remember, throw the second one on top of you because it's faster if you can. And then you get that mark on him because remember, if you land your third ability, you mark him. And the mark ran out, but you get the idea. So you mark him, and then you use your first ability. The duration is refreshed because remember how if you hit a marked target with your first ability, it's refreshed. So then you dash through him again, and then second ability. Or you could really throw that second ability in whenever you want. It's really situational because it's whenever you think you're about to take a lot of damage. So you can go in once, second ability, go out again. Just like that third ability, throw it on top of you, get that stun, dash in, second ability, first ability again. Or just switch the second ability around whenever you want. And another thing about this is, this gets you exactly 4 stacks for your perk. Because you land that first ability, or the third ability, you dash in with your first one, you use your second one, that's 3 abilities, and then you remember you have the duration on your first one is refreshed again, so you go back out again, and that's 4. And then you can keep on engaging and you get that bonus damage on your auto attacks. So that's before your ult. Now with your ult, you pretty much just throw in your ult in that exact same combo. You catch somebody out, you get the stun off, right? And then you mark them. So you catch them out, you get the stun. First ability to get the refresh. So now your first ability is back off cooldown again. And then you ult him. So then you place the second mark on him. You can first ability them again and get that refresh again. And then you can throw in your second ability whenever you want. And then first ability again. So let me actually do this with 0 cooldown. I probably should have been doing it with 0 cooldown. That way y'all can see. So your third ability, first ability, ult, you mark him again, your first ability again, and notice I keep on getting this off cooldown. You can second ability if you want whenever you want, and then first ability again. And boom, you're getting 3 first abilities plus all your other abilities, and you're at your max stacks for your perk again. So that's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if y'all enjoyed, and I'll see y'all